Thank you for joining Team Cyberdyne today. My name is Joe Barth. I am the team leader of Cyberdyne. Our product for this challenge, Neudesic Innovation Challenge 2017, is Guardian Drone Angel. Today we are going to discuss what we did for Micro Challenge 1. The first Micro Challenge is self-updating sensing. Through GitHub and addition of Heroku, we were able to rapidly deploy and have a continuous integration IoT solution for GDA. We also combined using Azure text-to-speech and speech recognition API, as well as Azure facial recognition to receive commands and search for a person, recognizing that person and fishing out a command. We all do that within a Raspberry Pi. So we are very confident in the next couple challenges that we will be able to do intelligence, taking that data that we're going to grab information from the drone, and then making intelligent decisions based off that, and then take an action. The technologies that we will use will be machine learning, big data, and cloud processing, along with real-time data streaming mechanisms such as Azure Streaming Analytics, which we use right now. We will also construct maps of certain locations to search for certain people, possibly even small locations such as a room, or even a house, or even a residence. The last challenge will be assisting. Intelligent actionable data then will be passed back to the drone through IoT Hub to help assist in day-to-day operations as well as emergency situations. Finding someone and bringing them back to a certain location safe will be the ultimate challenge. So when the team looked for quotes on innovation, they actually found Henry Ford quote, which actually wasn't Henry Ford, they say. They claim that somebody just made this up. But this quote says, "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." So when you're innovating, a lot of people have a lot of great ideas, but you need to not bring, you got to be able to take things that you can work with separately and bring them together to innovate. Now, we're not going to show you anything crazy today. A lot of this people have done already. So we brought a lot of different types of technologies together to create an innovation. Example, Henry Ford did assembly line plus interchangeable parts, and then also added the automobile in there, and all three of those combined together, he made a great solution. He didn't have the fastest car, as the quote says, but people wanted faster cars. But he made it affordable and efficient. And that's what we're going to show today. We have a drone that is $100, which is nothing compared to other drones. We're using a Raspberry Pi, which is only $40, along with a multitude of different cheap parts. But we're actually bringing those together along with the cloud and along with IoT, and we come up with a great solution that we believe will be the focus and take us across the line for our challenges. For our first challenge, updating and sensing, our first challenge was to harness IoT technology and then develop a quick production engine that will help us make development easier and quicker. Continuous integration with Git and Heroku. That'll be what we'll show you in our development lifecycle for this solution. We use those two and harness those to deploy it to the Raspberry Pi and make things as quick and as simplistic as possible. Now, communication-wise, we use Temu. Temu, as of right now, we don't have any customer input or employee input, but it's a way to communicate between the developers and then what the customers want, and so this is very key in using Temu to continuously keep your team engaged, because all of us, our team is spread throughout the United States, and in order to communicate to one another, we need some sort of medium to get that accomplished instead of just email. And you can do that with chats and tasks. and then assigning tasks to certain people in the group, and then people getting that done when they have the time. That's the very key importance here, and it makes it easy for a rapid identification of problems, and makes it easier to get a product that the customer wants, and then also that the coder can agree on. So Temu has done that in this first challenge for us, and we will continue to use Temu to rapidly identify problems and use those solutions to make our product better. Heroku and Git for rapid deployment of the Node.js code to the Raspberry Pi. Heroku has been a great product to leverage automated testing, as well as making sure that there's a stage deploy to production deploy, and someone can control that. And we'll show you that in the demo. Our Node.js code is what was used to communicate with the drone, commands the drone, communicates also with Azure's API, speech and facial recognition. Node.js can work on many platforms, including iOS, Windows, and Raspbian, which we chose today. We are also going to use Azure Data Analytics. Right now, we're just storing data coming from the drone in JSON format. We're not doing anything with it. This is not the object of the first challenge, but it'll show you that we do have that ability from this point forward. Azure Stream Analytics gives us the ability to stream that data to a Power BI, and we'll show you that in the demo as well. Azure IoT Hub is where we connect and send the data through to get to Streaming Analytics, or get it to Azure Data Analytics Lake as well. It collects the data from the drone from the Raspberry Pi, and that is a key element into getting the data into the cloud. Of course, in every project, there are always problems. The one major thing that first came upon, when we were researching how to code the drone, was the drone connectivity. It works off of Wi-Fi. You connect to it, say through your cell phone, and then you don't have any internet. So we needed to create an access point, and that hacking part was not easy. We did accomplish that, and we do have a process right now. And going forward, we need to create an automated process that would help us make that much easier to do on a day-to-day basis. Right now, run the code off Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is installed and with Node.js, and it's used to communicate to the drone, commands the drone, communicates, like we said before, the Azure API, speech and facial recognitions. Too much weight for the Raspberry Pi 3 is just, it weighs too much along with the battery, and the speaker can't support, the AR drone 2.0 cannot support that much weight. So when mounted, it only flew off the ground 6 inches. So today's demo, we will not have it mounted. It'll be on the ground, but it'll show you that we are separate and that we are running the code off the Raspberry Pi and not off our Windows desktop, which is very important for future implementation and making the drone self-automated, but then also as a one object when you mount something to it, and you can have it work on its own as one solution. So drone connectivity, like I said, we telnet and we run a script to switch to access points for internet connection that's connected to the drone. One of the solutions that we have in the works is run code off Raspberry Pi Zero, which is a third of the size of the Raspberry Pi. It's half the size of a credit card. It's very small. It's used to communicate the drone, commands the drone. It's going to use the Azure API, speech and facial recognition. We are having trouble with the speech recognition right now, so development. Also, we purchased a Para Bebop drone, which is $125. So it's not much more expensive, but it actually can withstand the weight of the Raspberry Pi 3 when mounted. And then also, one of the problems that we're having with that is the wireless connectivity is just a little different to switch access points. So we do have solutions in the mix, and we are working toward that. But we did find that we can run everything from the Raspberry Pi 3 that we have now to the AR drone, and that's what we're going to demo today. So first things that we're going to do is tell the drone to find Joe. Drone will take off and fly in looking for Joe. It'll display that will show what the drone is viewing. Once Joe is found, a red box will identify Joe's face, and then the drone will say, "Found you, Joe. Hope you have a nice day." Drone will land. Power BI will show streaming altitude and battery data, and then lastly, show data in the Azure Data Lake store. So once we see you next, we will be demoing the AR drone, Guardian Drone Angel. Thank you.